Hey guys, Ryan Mullen here from Advanced Physical and Aquatic Therapy, hashtag Advance Your Health video project. We're doing a little joint effort here with Aaron from Happy Hour at the Bar podcast. He's an Olympic lifting coach, an Olympic lifter, and he's going to show us some mobilizations for this Olympic lift that we're going to tackle today. We're going to work on the clean, so he's going to demonstrate a clean, or a couple cleans, and then we're going to show some mobilizations. We can do 3 of them to prepare you for that movement if you have it in your workout that day. All right, so Aaron, I'm going to let you take it away. It's going to be perfect form. Aaron's going to pull in the clean. And do one more for me, Aaron, and we're just going to talk about some points of performance. So, there's a lot going on in this movement at a really fast pace, but points of performance here are when he pulls the bar, he wants to be able to have adequate hip flexion and extension as he comes through this motion. And then here, he wants to be able to extend his hips forward and exploding the bar up to his front rack position. And the third mobilization we're going to work on is that front rack position so he can catch it in a good elbows high wrist turnover position. So let's drop that weight. And we're going to head to this band first. So Aaron, you can step into this band in your left leg. And here he's just going to simply step out with some tension on the band and fold forward, trying to get his hands towards the ground. Now, if you don't have enough range of motion, you can't get to the ground because Aaron has good range of motion. You might want to grab a box and he could be a little bit elevated, and then we're going to work that hip flexion position right there. So here he's going to just extend his knee, straightening it, and driving that femur back into the socket here. So his femur is going back that way. The band is mobilizing the joint, not just the soft tissue. And he's going to do that about 30 times, but he's going to show about 5 reps for our purposes here. 5 reps, driving that hip back, feeling the tension in his hamstring, and then coming out of it. Awesome. And now we're going to flip around. We're going to mobilize that anterior chain, so the front of his hip. So he's going to switch legs, and he's going to step back with the band right up in his butt crease, basically, and then kneel down as far back as he can. So here what he's trying to do is keep his belly tight and his butt squeezed, and then driving his hips towards the fulcrum of the band. Now if you notice here, he's working that position when he goes to extend to drive that, pop that weight up in the air. So we're just trying to make sure he has full end range hip extension, so when he goes to drive, he's not shortening it up right here like this. So he'll do 30 reps here and then switch legs, but for our purposes, again, he'll just do 5 reps and we'll move on to the next one. And last but not least, we're going to grab this band and he's going to hold it like a wristband on the outside of his wrist, look at his wrist, and then grab the band and then flip it upside down. And then he's going to turn away from the band, trying to drive that elbow up towards the sky. And a big point of performance here is a lot of people tend to break at their belly muscles in their butt, and their back arches a little bit. So he's going to try to squeeze his butt and squeeze his belly muscles, bringing his rib cage down to his pelvis. You see that change. And now right here, the little extra we can add to this is after he's stretched it statically for a little bit, he can actually try to engage those lats and pull his elbow down, hold it for 5 seconds, and then relax into new range of motion. So he's going to do about 20 of those after he's statically stretched it for a little bit, and he's getting new range of motion each time. Really try to flip that wrist up if you can. It's not hurting your wrist too much. Awesome. So you don't want to have a full grip, like grabbing the band, because that actually creates more tension in your limb. So you want to try to keep your wrist kind of relaxed if you can, your grip kind of relaxed. Awesome.
That's boss mode. Wow, that's good.
Thanks for demonstrating that, man. Thanks, appreciate it.